Championship week here. Coaches Call on tap. Happy Wednesday, everybody, and thank you for joining in. Hope everybody's having a great week. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Hope everybody cashed. But we are championship week. This is one of my favorite weeks of the year because not only are the championship games going on, but coaches get fired, coaches get hired, and the transfer portal is going nuts right now. I mean, we've got guys going in, we got guys coming out. We've got coaches crying that it's going to cost $1 million per quarterback in the transfer portal. Boo hoo! Sorry, coach. Rule.
Fuck
what
that
it's going to
motherfucker.
cost. That's what it's going to cost you, buddy. Welcome to 2023 and what we call NCAA college football. Welcome everybody. Coaches Call on tap. This is our weekly pick'em show, championship week. We got Tristan in North Carolina. We got Coach Jennings over there in San Antonio, Kyle in Pennsylvania, Donnie in Tennessee. Hope you guys aren't freezing your balls off. Man, I saw the weather. Y'all are up there.
Fucking cold.
Yeah, me and Coach are wearing shorts. Might go out to the pool tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah,
after work.
Nope.
But guys, I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for joining in. Well, let's get it kicked off, man. First of all, I guess we're not going to be called the Aggies anymore, John. We're going to be called the Flying Elkos. Coach Elko's coming back to A&M.
How you feel about that?
You know what? I don't feel bad about it. I don't. It's always a breath of fresh air. When you get rid of a coach and you hire another one, you know, there's always that hope, the expectation. Hope and expectation. Yeah, you know. I mean, you know, it's another 2 years of hope and 500 records for A&M. I hope he changes it. I really do like this guy. What I really like about it is a little quarterback named Riley Leonard hit the transfer portal today.
Ooh.
So, ESPN's doing their bullshit about, he'd be a great fit at Notre Dame. No, he'd be a wonderful fit here at A&M. Also, because one of our backups, Johnson, the guy that was at LSU, he hit the transfer portal. He's going to North Carolina. So he's going over there with Mac Brown. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Coach, I'm going to go right to you, Coach Jennings. What have you heard? What's going on? What do you think about Coach Elko at A&M?
I think he's a great fit. I think, what he did. A&M was on top as far as defense when he was there, and he did some really creative things. I had to see him at a few clinics. I know I shared some of that stuff with you. I thought it was great how he attacked the protections, and he got into the bigger fronts. Made it look like it was big, but it was small. It was big, kind of smoke and mirrors on defense, which is something really great that we kind of toyed with, but he kind of took it to a different level. But I think, in the end, to sum it all up, defensively, you've got to be great to win in the SEC. And if A&M wants to be great, they've got to be great on defense first. Not that they weren't good this year, because they were, but I think he has a better idea of how to not just run a team, but how to also hire a great offensive coordinator that's going to complement his defensive play, complementary football, 3 phases.
Yeah, I've talked to a bunch of guys, and I'm sure you guys have listened to other podcasts and sports radio. A&M is a cult. It is a culture, and there's something to be said about being a Texas A&M. It's defense first. It's tough-minded, blue-collar type of football. That's what they want here. That's what they expect here, and that's what wins in the SEC. There's different cultures everywhere. I mean, you look at USC, it's a different brand of ball. A Miami, a Florida State, it's a different brand of ball. Here in the South, it's what we need, and I think he's a great fit. And I like where it's going, guys. What anything from you guys, y'all? What do y'all think about Elko or anybody else that you've heard of?
I think what Elko did at Duke just speaks volumes. Dude, Duke's not a football program. They never have been, but they were competitive as shit this year. And I think give him the horses in the SEC and at A&M. I mean, who knows? Y'all might be top 10 coming years.
Yeah, I'm thinking. You get rid of if that quarterback if his quarterback doesn't get hurt. I mean, they might be playing. They might be playing this weekend.
I think they probably would have beat North Carolina a few weeks ago if he hadn't got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think it's exciting. I think and then the transfer portals that are just these guys are they're starting to jump, and this is the week we're going to hear some stuff. There's already talks about who is it? Like Travis, like also Travis Hunter. Like, what's he going to do? I mean, these are just highlights on ESPN and all these other places. Is Caleb Williams going to be the next Joe Burrow? Like, what's going to happen right now? I mean, they've already got rankings of the quarterbacks in the portal right now.
Yeah,
like from top to bottom.
And rules bitching about it,
dude. John, I don't know that. I mean, how the hell do you recruit that? Like, you got to. How would you do it right now, Coach? You're in it, the portal right now. What are you doing? I mean, especially if anywhere. Let's say you're fixing to get ready to coach a conference championship game, and you got all this shit going on over here. I mean, can you explain a little bit? Like, what do you think's going on, or what have you heard?
Well, from a coach's perspective, you have to look back. You have to fast forward, right? You have to say, okay, the bowl game's over. Whatever happened. We lost. We're going to lose these people. These people are iffy. These people are not. We have this deficiency. We don't have this deficiency. We have these guys coming back, which makes us strong in this group and not strong in this group. You're trying to balance out that team and then create, sufficient personnel, right, in those areas to make sure that you can be successful. If you lack at running back, you better be in there looking at every single stinking running back, right? And maybe it's one that you recruited before, right, that you kind of knew about and you lost. Yeah. And you still have his cell phone number. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what makes it dangerous these days, because there's plenty of kids that probably these guys recruited that went to another school, but now, you know what, that ship sailed, but it hadn't necessarily sailed for them. That's why it's really important now, from what I've heard, right? I haven't been in the Division I game in the last 4 or 5 years, but do not make enemies. I mean, once they cross that line and they go ahead and commit to somewhere else, right? It used to be like, well, F you. Well, it's not like that anymore. It's like, okay, well, if things don't work out, make sure you give me a ring, and you get the report, give me a ring. So with all that being said, it's a different world than a couple of years ago. And so that dynamic alone just is very interesting to me.
It's funny you said that, Coach, because after the Iron Bowl, I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but Saban's out there shaking hands, and there's an Auburn kid comes up. He goes, "Hey, great job." He goes, "You'd have played a lot more if you'd come to Alabama instead of Auburn." And he goes, "Coach, you got my number." on TV. He said, "Coach, you got my number." I mean,
hey, can we don't do a recap show really anymore, but can we talk about that Iron Bowl real quick?
Yeah, we will. But let me get through. I've got one more question, Coach Jennings. So you're fast forwarding. We're looking at the transfer portal, and how much are you looking at these freshmen though? I mean, because it's like almost a thing of a thing of the past. I mean, are all these freshmen coming out? Are all these seniors in high school? I mean, are we going to send them all to JUCOs or small D2, D3s, and then recruit from there? Like, you're looking at these two quarterbacks in the transfer portal that are already seasoned, but then you've got these 5-star studs. Like, how do you? What do you think?
Right. And that's what's making a lot of these mid-majors more competitive than you've ever seen. Yep. I think is some of those stud quarterbacks that are 4 or 5 stars, or 4 stars especially, or 3 stars. You know what? They're going to Hawaii. They're going to UNLV, who had a really good season this year. They're going to places like that, and
UTSA.
They aren't necessarily a backup at A&M or backup at UT, right? They're going to, and then when they are the backup and they're not satisfied in a couple of years, right? And they are on the developmental train and they aren't able to stick it out. It's immediate gratification. So they jump in that transfer portal, dial those numbers that they have, and they go to Duke with Coach Elko, and he picked up the job, or whatnot.
Right.
So many scenarios. But going back to your freshman question, our incoming freshmen, right, high school seniors, I think it's really hurt them. I think it's really hurt them, because when you're a guy getting paid millions of dollars trying to keep your job, are you going to rely on that guy coming in from high school playing in a year or two? Or are you going to rely on the guy that's taking snaps at Syracuse to come in and play at A&M? Well, I sure as hell am looking at the guy at Syracuse. So, bearing no character issues. So I think you look at all those things, but I think you have to have I think it has to be a certain amount. I think Dabo overdoes it. Sweeney, and I think that there's other people that overdo it the other direction.
Yeah.
And so there's got to be some kind of philosophy to your yin and yang.
Yeah, because you look at UNC got Johnson. Johnson was at LSU. Now he came to A&M. Now he's going to UNC, where Mac Brown has a G5 quarterback out there somewhere that he's recruiting. How's it going to hurt or affect him? But I'm curious. This is why I love this week. It's because of this. It's just like one of those Mexican soap operas, man. You just never know what the hell's going to happen.
Did you hear about the Manning kid at Mississippi State? I don't even know if that was true or not, but
no,
the Texas Manning kid and the Mississippi State guy.
No,
it's a rumor. It's just rumor for now. I don't think he's going anywhere. He wants to be at a team that's going to compete. And let's be serious, Mississippi State's not going to compete. They don't have the horses yet.
I got you. Speaking of Mexican soap operas, the Iron Bowl.
Dude.
Definitely.
That game was epic.
No, the Michigan Ohio State game
chalk another one up for the Iron Bowl.
No.
First you go back and you kick a field goal, which I don't think Saban will ever do that again. You lose it and then you come this year. We're sitting there going, what the hell? And you just throw it out there to the corner and he catches it.
Just gave him a chance.
You just never know. It's a rivalry. Things happen. These guys lost to. They paid Auburn paid somebody $1.8 million to come in and beat them last week, and then they played like this.
Unbelievable.
It's just unbelievable. You just never know.
Dude, they were fucking 4th and 30 in a dream. And I was like, they're going to lose. I knew, I was like, they're going to fucking lose. Like if like one of those BPI IBM things ran a thing, like the statistics on like them to win that game, it's less than 1%.
Yeah.
And they fucking won. It was nuts.
So let's just talk about nuts. So, everybody's heard it. I don't know that we've got a different take on anything other than just a fucking opinion. But they came out with the top 6 playoff teams, or the top 4, actually the top 6. You got Georgia, Michigan, Washington, Florida State, and then 5 and 6, you got Oregon and Ohio State.
Yep.
I don't, you can say who are the top 4 teams in the nation? Like, who do you think are the top 4 teams in the nation? Me, I would go directly to Texas, Georgia, and Alabama, and Michigan. Those have to be the top 4, with Michigan being the worst of them all.
No.
Oh, yeah. No. Don't give me Michigan's the worst. I'm telling you, out of the 6 fucking teams out. No. Yeah, take Ohio State. Ohio State should be number 10. Michigan's probably number 7. If you're talking about all around, there's no way. They've played nobody. You want to talk about your schedule and all this stuff. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Georgia.
Ohio State's trash. Penn State's trash. They're all trash. Yeah, but they're still undefeated. They have got, if they beat Alabama,
so is Michigan.
They beat the number 2 team in the nation. And they're the defending champions. Michigan hadn't defended shit ever. They haven't defended anything but the cheating that Harbaugh did.
Here's the kicker on all this.
You're just a hater.
Georgia has played a very cupcake schedule outside of the SEC. That said, they did beat Missouri handily, who is 9th, top 10.
Yep.
They beat Tennessee handily, top 20 team. They are probably going to beat Alabama, and they have beat everybody in SEC that's come up against them fairly easily. It's the non-SEC games that they've struggled with because they tend to play down to their competition right now. Michigan beat Ohio State, Penn State, and that's it. Texas beat Alabama. That's it. They lost to Oklahoma. They haven't beat anybody big. The kicker is Washington, Oregon. Oregon has beat Washington, and if you tell me Oregon is over Ohio State and Texas and Alabama, then you're a fucking idiot. I don't care. I know they lost to Washington, but they haven't beaten anybody and lost to Washington. I mean, they beat up on a bunch of Pac-12 teams, which aren't even going to be the Pac-12 is not even going to be a division next year. It's going to be the Pac-4.
I need Kyle's opinion on this because I know he's been itching to talk about this.
All right, Kyle, let's go
ahead,
for it,
Kyle.
Come on, Kyle.
I
You're
mean, I could
Pennsylvania.
just run down the slate here real quick. Georgia, obviously, number one. It's not even close. I mean, a team that's won 29 straight games in a row. I mean, 2 national championships in a row. It's not even close. Georgia's easily number one. And I think even if Georgia loses to Alabama this weekend, they're still in. I don't see why they would be out. I don't see why they would be out at all.
Wow, I like that. Okay, I'm with you.
Michigan, too. I get, they have cupcake schedule, beat Penn State, beat Ohio State. They're still unbeaten, though. Still unbeaten, and they're still one of the 4 unbeatens left. So, I mean, you're not going to not put in an undefeated Power 5 team. It's just how it is.
Yeah, my thing is
I'm
not
okay with that.
No, look, my thing is not this. It's not, I want to know who your top 4, who the best 4 teams. Who do you want to see in this playoff? Who are the best 4 teams? Like right now, if you look at these teams, I want to see I think right now the best 4 teams that are playing football. This is what I want to see. The toughest 4 teams that are playing football. I don't think Florida State's one of them. Without that quarterback, I don't think they're there. Mm-hmm. Washington has fallen off the cliff for me. Oregon, I don't care about 47 uniforms. Ohio State, they've proven it. I want the best 4, and I think the best, toughest 4 teams I mentioned.
Here's what I want to happen. I want Georgia to lose to Alabama. I know it sucks. I know it's crazy, but I want Georgia to lose to Alabama. I want Washington to lose to Oregon. I want Florida State to lose to Louisville, and I want to see Michigan is a number 1 seed facing a number 4 seed Georgia or Alabama, and then a number 2 seed Texas facing Georgia or Alabama.
Okay.
And that way we can get a pure SEC finals because that's how it should be. Because the SEC,
Michigan get run out of the table. They'll get run out of the playoffs again.
More.
I'm sure Michigan will get run out of the playoffs again.
My thing is just the best 4 teams. To me, the best, the guys that are playing the best ball right now.
If you want the best ball right now, I think it's Georgia,
tell me.
Oregon, Texas, Alabama.
Yeah, no,
I think those are your 4 best.
I think Georgia actually does beat the pants off Alabama and puts in a scenario where it's Georgia, Michigan, Washington, Florida State. I mean,
God, Florida State should not be there.
I don't think they should
be
either.
there, but I mean, if they manage to win, you can't
I think
keep
they
them
beat
out.
Louisville. I think Washington beats Oregon again, and
me and you are opposite. I can't wait to get to the pick 'em because me and you are opposite of everything, Donnie. Oh my gosh. Okay, but I love your take. I love the take on that.
I want to see all SEC finals. Trust me. Because
me too. I know. I would love it because there's be so much hatred. Coach Jennings, who do you think are the 4 best teams right now that you would want to see? I don't give a shit about records or anything. The guys that are playing the best ball right now, who would you want to see?
It's pretty much what you said. It's Georgia, it's Texas, it's Michigan, it's Alabama.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
There you go.
Let's skip ahead to that. Liberty is saying, hey, we're undefeated with 12-0. We deserve a shot. I've heard this a couple of times this week.
God. We're not getting into the
I want
to
see.
No.
I want to see Liberty versus Missouri in a bowl game, or Liberty versus Ole Miss, or Liberty versus Alabama. That'll be fun.
Yeah, the problem here's the problem, because I hear this all the time where I work, because I work with a bunch of T-SIPs and Texas this, Texas that. They're living in 2006. I get it, and now they've got something to cheer about. So good for them. But the problem is, the SEC sucks. I mean, look at the bowl record, bro. Half our SEC teams, half of those teams don't fucking play in the bowl games. Those kids take off. They don't even play. You're not playing the LSU you're playing in week 5. No. You're not playing those. You're not playing the Ole Miss that played, You know,
Those kids don't want to blow
in
out
the
an
Egg
ACL.
Bowl.
and
They're not
ruin their-
gonna. So give me a break with the fucking bowl games. That's why I can't wait to that for that real playoff to come around. But
Next year.
anyway,
next year.
yeah, that'll be fun, man.
Let's jump into some games, boys.
Let's go,
The
man.
first
Well,
one-
let's do the Power Five real quick. Let's start Friday night. We got Oregon, Washington. They're in Las Vegas.
We're just going to skip Liberty. I just talked about
We're
Liberty.
going to Power Five. We're doing the Power Five.
Okay.
If you got a hot take later on, we'll do that. Power Five. Oregon, Washington. Oregon minus 9.5 over and under 65.5. Being in Las Vegas, this line looks like a Vegas line at 9.5. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna buy a point, and I'm gonna take Washington plus 10. I'm taking. There's just no. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on this Oregon shit. So give me Washington to cover.
You mean Oregon?
It's Oregon minus 9.5, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Oregon minus 9.5.
Wait, it's Oregon minus 9.5?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep. Say it again.
I thought it was Washington minus 9.5.
No, sir.
Nope.
No.
Oh.
Oregon. All right, here we
Man.
go again. All right,
Okay.
guys. Hey, let's run down this quick. We've got the
I thought you were
Power-
ready for some games, Donnie.
We got Power fucking 5. Oregon at Washington. They're playing in Las Vegas. Oregon minus 9.5 over and under 65.5. This line seems like a Vegas fucking line. Give me Washington plus 10 all day. And Washington's probably going to win this game anyway. It doesn't matter to me. I like Washington. I always have, and I'll keep liking them to cover. Coach Jennings, what do you think?
Yeah, Oregon, unfortunately, to me, is hot. They're playing really, really good offense right now, and I think they're starting to peak. And I feel like Washington is dying off. So I do think Oregon wins, but I don't think they cover. So Oregon does not cover. I would buy down 1.5, if not more. I don't even think I'd bet it, but yeah, I think Oregon squeaks it out.
There we go. Kyle, what do you think?
I am right there with Coach Jennings on this one. Washington is going to cover, but Oregon is going to win.
There we go.
Washington's been flirting with danger way, way, way too much. Way too much the last, 4 or 5 weeks now?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to come. It's going to come and get them.
Yeah, Coach Jennings is right. They're trending in
gonna
different
come and get
directions. Yeah.
It's absolutely.
Tristan, what do you
gonna
think?
come and get 'em.
I'm on Oregon. I think Oregon wins this game. I think it's a blowout. You mean to tell me we're going into this line? What was it? I think it was 4.5, 3, something like that. When they played the first time, why is it 9.5 now? It doesn't really make sense. I think Bo Nix is the better quarterback. I think Oregon's the real deal, and they're going to make a run this year for the Natty.
Ooh, Donnie. What do you think, Donnie?
No, I mean, I literally thought it was the other way around. I have not looked a lot at this line this week. I don't like it. I don't like this game. I think this game is really close. But that said, looking at the numbers on it and where it started and where it's ended up, the line has moved up. It started at 7.5. We're now at 9.5. That tells me Vegas set it as a number, and the big boys said that's not enough points. So give me Oregon to cover.
There we go. There we go. I like it. Go with the numbers, Donnie.
That's what I do, bro.
Yeah. I like it. All right. Oklahoma State. Yes, I said it right. Oklahoma State is playing Texas in the Big 12. Texas's last shot at the Big 12. Texas is a 15.5-point favorite. The over and under is 55.5. This was played in Jerry's World in Arlington. What do you think, Coach Jennings? What do you think about this Texas in 15.5?
It's a lot of points, but you know what? I'm taking it. I don't think Oklahoma State can hold them. And then, I mean, Texas is apexing, kind of like I was saying about some of those other teams. I think they're kind of reaching their peak, hitting their stride. And Oklahoma State's defense, if you look at them statistically in total defense, they're one of the worst in the Big 12. Worst. Houston's the only thing below them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Texas has the best defense in the Big 12. So saying that, playing defense in the Big 12 and being one of the top offenses in the Big 12 with Texas, I know it's 15.5, but I might buy it down 1.5. But I'll just go ahead and just roll with it.
There you
know
go.
what I mean, I'll go ahead and take Texas.
All right, Kyle, what do you think?
I am really scared that Grandma is going to leave the back door open on this one.
Door open.
Very, very scared that Oklahoma State's going to score like some nonsense touchdown and then they're going to cover and they're going to lose by 14 instead of like 21. So for that, I think I'm going to take Oklahoma State to cover. But I mean, Texas is going to win. Well, they should win, I should say.
Yeah. Hey, Donnie, what is the Texas team total on this game? Tristan, what do you think? What do you think about this game? Go
ahead.
I'm on Oklahoma State. I agree with Kyle. I think I can smell grandma's cookies from here.
Yeah.
And give me OK State to cover.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I'm pulling it up right now. I didn't have it in front of me.
That's all right. I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yep. No, go ahead.
Texas minus 15.5. I think it's a fucking blowout. I don't see anything. I don't see any value in this game. I don't see anybody wanting to watch this fucking game. I think everybody's going to be out playing golf instead of watching this game. This is a very lackluster Big 12 championship. I mean, let's face it, guys. If it's not Oklahoma and Texas, then it's just not a very good fucking Big 12 championship game. And Oklahoma State, they did what they did, and they've done it, against very poor teams. But the stats don't show it. Texas has a stable of fucking running backs. They got the fastest. They got two of the fastest guys in receivers. Ewers is playing good ball. The defensive front. Have y'all watched Texas play? That defensive front. Oh my God, that is the best SEC defensive front I've seen, other than maybe Georgia. Those motherfuckers could play in the SEC right now. That Sweat kid. He's 6'6", 500 pounds and runs like a 4.40. Their 3 technique. That motherfucker's a beast, dog. I love watching that. I love watching that defense. I don't think Oklahoma gets off the fucking bus. I like Texas in a route, but I also like Texas team total because of what you said, Coach. And I don't know what it is, but we'll get to it later. But yeah, give me Texas in a route. Donnie, go ahead.
So it looks like the Texas team total is 34. Here's the kicker that I see. I think Oklahoma State is very blessed to be in this game. They caught an Oklahoma team off a Kansas loss, feeling down, feeling broken, feeling defeated, and beat them. Then they got totally boat raced by UCF. UCF
and
UCF. That's University of Central Florida. Yeah. This ain't Florida. This ain't Florida State. They got boat raced 45-3. And you're going to tell me now they're ready to go up against Texas?
And then what happened the week after that?
They beat Houston by 15 or by 13. Then they squeaked out a double overtime win versus BYU. Now,
there you go.
They ain't ready for Texas. Texas is going to boat race this team. They're going to put it on a platter, serve it up, put a little butter on it, and smack it and send it down the line.
There's 23 teams in the top 25 that aren't ready for fucking Texas.
This Oklahoma State team is not the same as Texas. They caught a down Oklahoma team and they made a good run. And I get it. They're in the championship for that reason. Texas is going to destroy this team. Give me Texas, as Tristan likes to say, by murder. I think it's 21 plus.
Yeah, go play golf instead of
I agree.
Have more
hey,
fun.
Two other things, Z. Two other things. They haven't played each other, right? Which it's hard to play. Kind of like the Oregon, the Oregon game, right? They played each other, so it's harder to beat someone the second time. You and I both know that.
Right.
Okay, that's one thing. And then secondly, like a man was saying, Donnie, like they got something to prove to the playoff committee. So it's saying that, right? If they donkey stomp these dudes, that says I belong.
Yeah, they're not going to let off the gas.
100.
That back door that Kyle was talking about.
Yeah.
Now they ain't. Yeah. They're shutting that shit.
All gas, no break, like you said.
All gas, no breaks. Yeah, get after that ass. Got that, baby. Let's get it. WAO, wide ass open. Yep. Just for you guys that don't know about that. All right, let's move on to the SEC championship. Number 1, Georgia is a 6-point favorite against number 8, Alabama. This is played in New Orleans. Boy, this would be fun to go to. The total's only 47.5. What I do know is most of the time that these guys play, that goes over the total. It's not a low-scoring game. It goes over the total most of the time, but we've got Georgia -6. I'm going to switch gears here, go to the other side of the table. Tristan, what do you think about Georgia -6 against Alabama in New Orleans?
I think Alabama's little Cinderella run they're on comes to an end. I think Georgia gets it done, and I think they get it done by a touchdown. So give me Georgia to cover. They've won 29 straight for a reason. I don't think they stop now. I don't want to base Bama's last week performance based on anything because it was a rivalry and anything can happen in the Iron Bowl. But I think Georgia's going. I think Georgia's going to be ready. I think they're going to be ready. I think they get it done.
I'll tell you what. Let me tell you. This was one of the most mature things I've ever heard you say in our Pick'em show. We're not going to base what we saw last week in the Iron Bowl because anything can happen. That's very mature of you, and I appreciate that, Tristan.
You're welcome, sir.
Kyle, what do you think about 6
Yes, sir.
points
Yes,
in
sir.
Alabama?
Yes, sir.
What do you think about this game, Kyle?
I love Georgia -6. I think Alabama is just a step behind Georgia. I think that Alabama is the second best team in the SEC, but I think Georgia's they're just an overall just a better team. I think they're going to win by 10.
All right, Donnie, let's go to you, Donald.
Well, first off, I want to give you guys a little bit of stats on the SEC since I'm kind of the SEC guy here.
Oh,
since 2000, we're going to go all the way back to 2000. So we got 22 years worth of experience here. We have 4 games that have not hit the over. So the play of the week is to take the over. Mm-hmm. Last year, you had Georgia versus LSU. It was a 50-30, hit the over by 22 points. The year before that, it hit it by 18. The year before that, it hit it by 37. This game is going to hit the over. That number is just too low.
Hold on, Donnie. Hold on, Donnie. Hold on. I'm going to let you finish. You just put a mark where you. Okay, so you're betting this over trend. So when I do my primetime under trend in the fucking NFL, you're all against it. Every week you're against this under trend. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. It's going to it's the over. It's the over. It's due. It's over. It's due. But now you're telling me the fucking over trend in which I brought up in the very goddamn beginning. Now you're telling me that this shit, bet it. Why aren't you betting the under? Why aren't you going opposite this?
I'll tell you what.
Dick.
2 reasons. One, the NFL tends to score overall throughout the year on
I don't care. Move on.
On the over at 54%. The NCAA tends to hit at over 68% coming into this year. This year is going to be lower because we changed the clocks and all that stuff. But 64 is a lot better than 54. That said, I think this game blows the over out and give me Georgia to cover, not because I want it, because I want to see it. I think with the return of Brock Bowers, he doesn't get injured. He's a Heisman candidate at tight end. And he's just a different breed. He's changed the way the game plays. They did have a little problems with Georgia Tech last week. But again, I think Georgia plays to their competition. When it's time for a big game, they tend to blow them out of the water. Give me Georgia running the table again, 3-peat champion. I do want to see Alabama make it to the conference because I said earlier in the year I think we would have to, but I don't think it happens. So,
Coach Jennings, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, by 6, right? So I would say Georgia. I'd say Georgia by 6. That's what I'm going to take anyway. I think that they have the number 1 defense in the SEC. They have the second best offense in the SEC. I know that competition has been slightly different, but we also saw, and I'll take body of work because you look at last week, right? Does Georgia struggle with Auburn like that? I don't know, man. I understand it's a rivalry game. I get it, but I don't think they do. I think that they do play to their competition. I get it. But I think Kirby Smart's been waiting on this game all year, and he knows what's at stake, and I don't see it happening. I see them winning, and I see them winning by a touchdown.
I like it. All right. So everybody's on Georgia -6 except for me. Give me Alabama +6 in this game. If Georgia wins, it's going to be late field goal. I actually have Alabama winning this thing. I think Milroe does his thing. I think they're going to let him loose just like they have. I mean, once they change the offense for this kid and just let him loose, give him 2 looks and go, kind of like what they did with Dak Prescott. I mean, their offense has changed. It's changed tremendously. Yeah, the Iron Bowl happened, but still he got his, and he's still running. He's still throwing. I think he's going to go out there and do a fantastic job. Give me Alabama plus the 6 points right now.
All right. Got it. Locked in.
Crickets.
Locked it in.
Locked in.
Here's the crazy thing. Here's a stat for you. Here's a stat for you. Brock Bowers averages over 90 yards a game receiving as a tight end, which is one of the highest in the SEC ever.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers is unbelievable. That is,
look at his yards after
that's the only word to describe Brock Bowers is unbelievable.
He's a different breed.
Look at his yards after catch. His yards after catch are probably unbelievable also. All right, let's move on. Let's move on before we run out of time. We got this ought to be a great one. Michigan, number 2 Michigan minus 21.5 numbers against number 16 Iowa. The over and under is 35.5. So I'm going to take the under already. And because it's like that, I want to take Iowa. I'm going to take Iowa right now at plus 21.5 and under the 35.5. I'm just not sold on Michigan. I don't care. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I watch these freaking guys, and I'm not sold on the quarterback. I don't even know his name. The only thing I like about Michigan is that running back, Blake Corum.
Yeah,
that guy's. I'll take that guy any day. Give me him and give me Bowers. Those would be my first 2 picks if I'm creating a football team this year. That running back and Bowers. But give me Iowa to cover the 21.5 and give me under 35.5. Go ahead, Tristan.
Yeah, I got Iowa too. I am a believer in Michigan, but I don't think they cover 21.5 in this game. That Iowa defense is the damn truth. They are the truth. So give me Iowa to cover.
Kyle, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, Iowa to cover. I love it indeed. I think this is a game where people are going to be shocked, and people might be shocked that I say this, but I think this is a game for the first 3 quarters. I think you're going to see a close football game.
Oh yeah.
I think you're going to see a close 1-possession football game. I really do.
I don't know.
But
yeah.
I think Michigan pulls away in the 4th and wins by 17, but I was going to cover. I really like Iowa to cover.
Coach Jennings, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, that's just too many points for me. I'm with you guys. I think that Iowa covers. I think Michigan wins by 2 touchdowns or
hell, they can win by
points,
3 and Iowa covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, I think Michigan wins. Don't get me wrong. I'm not calling money line or something like that. Because who knows what Coach Z's, thought process is there. But
he thinks Iowa's going to win, but he hates Michigan.
I know.
I don't like Michigan, dude. Their body of work has showed me nothing. I've watched them play. I've watched them do. Dude, they're just not, and they don't play anybody, and it's just not. It's not.
I can say the same thing about Georgia, and I still.
Of course you can, but you don't have anything to base it on because you don't know ball.
What do you,
Donnie? What do you think?
All right,
what the fuck ever?
Here we go. Here's some facts. Here's some facts for you. The first half and second half.
Talk about you going 10-10 last week.
Team total for Iowa is 0.5 point.
Right.
Vegas set the line. Iowa team total first half, second half, 0.5 point. They don't think they're going to score a fucking field goal the whole fucking game.
Are you serious?
Yes, yeah. I'm serious.
Yeah, he's serious.
And you think they're not going to beat them by 21.5? Penn State beat this poor team by 31. And Penn State is not Michigan. They're not the same beast. Michigan is going to destroy these fools. They may score the over on their own. Give me Michigan by murder, as Tristan likes to say. I think they beat them by 35 points.
Give me Iowa team total over. Shit.
The team total is 1.
No, it's not. You're actually wrong. It's 6.5. I'm
I
looking
would
at
say it's almost
Okay.
7.
I would rather. I
That's
would
the
hope,
first half
Things that
team
I've
total.
seen.
Donnie,
Everything
I
That's the
hope-
I've
first
seen.
half team total.
Donnie, I hope you're right. I hope you're right because they got Michigan in the top 4. So I do hope they score 50 points and prove everybody wrong and beat the shit out of this great Iowa team. So
I
they
think it's a
deserve to be in the
41
top 4.
Give me Michigan. I'll give you the score. 41-0.
All right, there we go. Lock it in. Lock it in, everybody
Oh,
out
that's
there.
it.
Oh.
See you at the ticket window. All right, Louisville,
I'll
number
even bet
14. No, number 14, Louisville is playing number 4, Florida State, undefeated. Florida State's 2.5-point favorite, 47.5 is total. They're playing over there in your backyard, Tristan.
Yeah.
Bank of America, North Carolina. I was looking at the weather and all that. It's going to be beautiful. I was hoping it'd be cold and windy and all that, but it's going to be perfect football weather.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and start it off. I think Louisville beats them. I think this is the upset of the weekend right here. I think Florida State goes home. I think that opens up one slot for everybody else. Florida State ain't that team. They're not going to be that team. I think Louisville has enough momentum. I think they've got everything rolling. They're good enough offensively to do things. They're defensively they suck. So the 47.5, they're going to blow the doors off the 47.5. They both might score 47 points here, but I think Louisville. Give me Louisville to beat them there in the end, by a point or two. I don't care. But Louisville upsets Florida State, kicks them out, and makes room for somebody else. What do you think, Kyle? Let's go to you.
Yeah, I'm sending up a prayer that Louisville wins this game. I do not want to see Florida State in the college football playoff with a backup quarterback just so Georgia can beat them by 70 freaking points in the semifinals. It's a waste of a game. Nobody wants to see it.
Yeah.
We need Louisville to win this game. The Cardinals have to come out on top for us.
Tristan, what do you think, bud?
I agree. Fuck Florida State. Give me Louisville.
I knew you were going to say that shit. Coach Jennings, what do you think, man?
Yeah, fellas. It's Louisville, money line.
There we go, Donnie. Are we going to make it a clean sweep?
I'm totally with him. Here's the thing. Florida struggled versus Florida. And I think Kentucky is better than Florida. And Kentucky barely squeaked out a win versus Louisville. So give me Louisville on the plus 2.5. Give me Louisville on the money line. And yes, I'll take the over as well.
Yeah, I love the over on that one too. I like it. All right, guys. Hey, we're gonna have a look ahead because we ain't got shit next week, right? We got
I don't think so.
The
only game next week is Army Navy.
Yeah,
Let's talk Liberty. Let's talk Liberty and your boys, the Aggies, New Mexico State. I mean, that's your call.
Yeah. Those are some hot takes we got. Real quick, guys. What do you think? Army Navy -2, over and under's 28.5.
Under. Go under.
Under.
Over and under's 28.5.
Go under.
Under. I'm on
Hammer
the under.
under.
I'm on the under, dude.
I'm on the under.
I was about to say, Donnie, you say, you if you ever talk me into a service
overs.
academy,
I love buckets. Like, let's be serious. If you come to our Discord, listen, here's what everybody needs to do. Go to the YouTube channel, click the Discord, join the Discord. You will see me post more memes on buckets than anything else. Every time somebody scores, it's a bucket.
In a fucking football thread, this doofus.
It's a bucket. Let's get the buckets. That said, give me the under on this game.
Oh,
I was about to say, man, Donnie talked me into a service academy over one time, and I was ready to fucking drive to Tennessee.
It's never hit. It's never hit, and that's going to be played at Gillette Stadium in New England too. Those are always fun. All right, I got a hot take for this weekend though. New Mexico State. They are. I think they're. What is it? 11-point dogs or 9-point dogs?
11 points.
Correct.
11-point dogs. New Mexico State is 9-0 ATS. They are 9-0 ATS. They have cashed me 6 straight. I'm not looking. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Give me New Mexico State to cover there against Liberty. That's my hot take just because 9-0 ATS. Go ahead, Donnie.
I've come in on the Discord at 7, 8, 9 o'clock. What do? Take New Mexico State under on the first half. Guess what I'm doing? We're going to keep running that score. They cover the spread. They cover the under. Give me New Mexico State, not only to cover, but cover the under on the first half. For some reason, this team can lock it down in the first half and cover those unders. I think they are now, I think it's like 9-3 on the unders in the first half, or maybe even 10-2. Give me the under on the first half and give me the cover.
Anybody else got any hot takes for these other mid majors?
Hold on. App State beats Troy this weekend.
I agree with that. 100%.
App State
Troy
beats
is a-
Troy.
Troy's
So
a
tell
champ.
me something. Hold on a minute. So those are two different divisions. App State is in a tougher division. Is it like the Big Ten?
Now they're playing this the Sun Belt Championship.
Sun Belt
Yeah.
Championship, App
Yeah, I
State
know, but
versus Troy.
Yeah, but the Sun Belt is broken up into two divisions, correct?
Correct. But
Okay.
App State's just played better people.
Well, that's what I mean. I just said that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah, I mean-
give me App State to upset Troy.
You're gonna go against the men of Troy. That's
Yeah,
okay.
sure. I sure am. I'm going with the Mountaineers, baby.
Oh, well, you're from up there. Yes,
Yeah.
inbred country. I got you.
You know him.
That's
He
West
likes that
Virginia,
stuff.
not
West
North Carolina.
Virginia. Y'all got anything else?
Nope.
My play of the week. If you
Yeah,
want
give
to
me a
have
play of the week. Give me a play of the week.
Give me that Georgia, Alabama over every day of the week.
Buckets.
Jennings, you got one.
Nuggets.
You got a play of the week? No, Kyle, you got something for us? You got something nice?
I mean, riding with Donnie on that one. I mean, you can't not ride with the SEC over in the SEC title game. Also, one more thing, Tulane and SMU play on Saturday. Tulane wins, they will be the New Year's Six Bowl representative for the non-Power 5.
Ah,
What's the spread on that?
We're going to look real quick.
Who is it?
Tulane and SMU.
It's Tulane, but I can't remember what the
3.5.
3.5.
Yep.
in total,
47.
that seems low.
Yeah, I
think
love
it-
the over in that
I
one.
think SMU covers. I'll say that. I think SMU.
I think SMU wins that ball game. I think SMU wins that ball game.
That's what I'm saying.
Possible.
I mean, you got to be careful.
You gotta be
Opens
careful.
up the
You
door
never-
for
I mean-
Liberty to be the New Year's Six Bowl representative. If Tulane loses.
Okay, well there we go. Now we've got something to talk about. Now we can get them in there and prove to everybody you don't belong, right? Or no?
Right now, it looks like Penn State is going to be the team that's playing the
Oh,
the
Jesus.
non-Power
Let's not
5
do.
team.
Let's not do that. Y'all already fired your offense coordinator, right?
Yeah.
At Penn State, he's gone.
He's long gone. Right after the Michigan game. Bye.
Okay, good deal. All right, guys. Anything else right before we leave? Right before we take off.
Nope.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening. This has been our championship week. Coaches Call on Tap. Make sure you click our Discord. You can go join us on the Discord. You can follow us, Coaches Call 0 on TikTok. We've got our plays over there. Kyle's doing a great job with our basketball stuff. We do have a basketball podcast coming up also. But come and join us. Make sure you click the like, subscribe button and hit that bell. Knock the shit out of that bell so you can get notifications when we do our shorts and when we do our podcast, guys. Get the word out. Let's get this community growing. I appreciate everybody. Hope everybody's tickets cash. Until then, adios.